Samsung's Galaxy Note 10 is a fascinating device and one of the most intriguing products the company has ever released. What sets it apart from previous Note models is its compact form factor. It's interesting to note that Samsung did not release another compact device with the S Pen, indicating that it might not have performed as well as they had hoped. The Note series has always been geared towards power users who prefer larger screens, which could be a reason for the lack of success. Despite these factors, I have always had a soft spot for the Note 10, and in this video, I will assess whether it is still a worthwhile investment in 2023. The Galaxy Note 10 boasts a premium build quality, with a combination of glass and aluminum that feels excellent in the hand. The device's unique Aura Glow color is stunning, although it can be challenging to film due to its reflective surface and it tends to attract fingerprints easily, which can be bothersome. The size of the device is almost perfect, striking a balance between being neither too large nor too small. The Note 10 also offers IP68 water and dust resistance, though this feature cannot be guaranteed on a used device that might have undergone replacement parts. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 has a 6.3-inch dynamic AMOLED display with full HD+ resolution, and it still holds up remarkably well. Despite lacking QHD resolution, the screen remains incredibly sharp and vivid, with excellent brightness levels even in outdoor settings. The only downside is the refresh rate, which is limited to 60 Hz. However, this observation may be influenced by personal preference, as someone accustomed to 120 Hz displays may find the Note 10's refresh rate less smooth. But if you've never owned a device with a high refresh rate, the Note 10 screen is still impressive and worth considering. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 runs Android 12 with One UI 4, which happens to be its last major software update. Therefore, potential buyers should bear this in mind. However, the device still runs the user interface smoothly, despite the limited refresh rate. My Note 10 is powered by the Snapdragon 855 chip, which feels dated at this point. While it handles simple apps and games admirably, it struggles with heavier tasks and more intense games, draining the battery quickly in the process. The Note 10 is only available in one configuration, with 256 GB of storage and 8 GB of RAM. It is important to note that the device does not support expandable storage. The Samsung Galaxy Note 10 comes with triple cameras on the back, a 12-megapixel main lens, a 12-megapixel telephoto lens and a 16-megapixel ultra-wide lens. Picture quality during daylight is still great across the board. Images have plenty of details, but the dynamic range isn't as consistent. While the Samsung Galaxy Note 10's cameras perform well in daylight, their performance in low light is not as impressive. The main camera is still decent, but the telephoto and ultra-wide lenses struggle with light reflections. On the front, the Note 10 has only a 10-megapixel lens, and honestly it is the worst of all. Pictures aren't sharp at all and skin colors are nowhere near as accurate. The device can record videos up to 4K at 60 FPS, but for optimal results, it is recommended to stick to 4K at 30 FPS. At this resolution, the Note 10 delivers excellent sharpness and stabilization, but the dynamic range is not exceptional. Overall, the Note 10's camera performance is still acceptable and, in many cases, better than recent mid-range devices at its price point. One of the strengths of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 is its audio quality. That's because this phone has stereo speakers and they are still very loud and clear. It doesn't have a headphone jack, but honestly this feature has long been forgotten by most users. Up until now, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 has performed well in all categories, but its battery life is a major letdown. Despite my initial love for the smaller form factor of the Note 10, I had to opt for the Note 10 Plus due to the poor battery life on the regular model. This is the main reason why I could never rely on the Note 10 as my primary device, despite giving it multiple chances to prove itself. Even when I try to use it now, the battery barely lasts half a day. On the bright side, it does charge quickly with the support of 25 watts. Additionally, the Note 10 offers wireless charging and wireless power share, although I personally do not utilize these features. The S Pen remains the defining feature of the Note series, and the Note 10 is no exception. The S Pen is a highly useful tool for taking notes or signing documents, and I find myself using it daily on my S23 Ultra. If the Note 10 were my primary device, would definitely make use of the S Pen's capabilities. The Galaxy Note 10 has an ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner which is very fast and reliable. A face scanner is also present, but it's important to note that the Note 10 uses 2D image recognition rather than 3D, which means it may not be as secure as some other facial recognition systems on newer devices. So, is the Note 10 still worth it in 2023? The answer depends on what you're looking for in a phone. Like I said earlier, this phone is one of a kind since it offers the S Pen in a smaller form factor, which I really love. However, the battery life is not great, and the processor is not as powerful as newer devices. If you prioritize having a Samsung phone with the S Pen, the Note 10 is still worth considering. However, if you prioritize battery life, you may want to look elsewhere. The phone can be found for around $250. If you've had experience with the Note 10, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel for more.